Hi everyone, it's Karis. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. If you are not, welcome back. So here is the full breakdown of everything that I sold at my previous craft fair that I just did. Also all of the expenses and then the total revenue and things like that. I'm gonna go ahead and go through all of those numbers, and then at the end I will tell you what went down. I don't know if you've seen my previous video of all the market prep and everything, but this market was definitely one for the books. There was a lot going on and it was just stressful. So yes, I'm going to go into full detail in that as to why at the end, but first let's go ahead and get these prices down. I have my little list here that I'm going to be reading off of. So this was a 2-day market. It was on a Friday and a Saturday. The Friday was really slow. There wasn't a whole bunch of traffic. It wasn't super busy. By like 2 o'clock on Friday, it completely died. From like 2 to 5, there wasn't even a single person, so it really sucked. But Saturday, it was a lot more busy. There was a lot more people. I sold the most on Saturday than I did on Friday, but it still wasn't a whole bunch because the craft fair itself really just did not have a lot of traffic. So I did not make as much as I was really hoping to make, but that's okay. Things happen. So I sold one green octopus with the keychain, so these little guys here, and those are $6. Then I sold 3 purple octopuses with the keychain for $6 each. A red octopus, so exactly this one, with the keychain for $6. And then another red octopus with no keychain for $6. After that, I sold one baby blue dino, so it's these little guys, for $10. Then I sold a really big turtle, the one that I made in the previous video, if you get a chance to check that out. And I ended up selling him for $35, and that was because I had a price tag of $50 on him, and I wasn't really sure if anybody was gonna pick him up. But on Saturday, there was this family with 2 twin girls, and she had come up to my stand and she saw the turtle immediately and she's like, I have to have this. And so she started begging her mom for it, and her mom was like, no, I'm not paying for that. She was like, you could use your own money. And so like they went back and forth for at least 5-10 minutes, and it was hilarious. But it was so cool to see her want that turtle so badly. So I told her that, you know, he is priced at $50, but I'll give you a discount. I'll give him to you for $35 if you really want him. So she ended up buying him, and that was probably like the highlight of the whole craft fair. So after that, I did sell a pink baby dino for $10. And then last but not least, I ended up selling a big bee for $20. That's all my crochet stuff. I did actually end up making some good money with my clay things. I don't show that a lot on this channel, but I sold 2 pairs of these translucent green and purple rectangle earrings for $15 a piece. And then I sold red rose studs for $5. And then I sold some glow-in-the-dark snakes for $12, snake earrings. And then a paw print charm that was black with purple paw pads, and that was $5. So after all of that, my revenue was $163. Now for my expenses, it was $75 for the booth rent. I paid $4.25 in tolls on my way back, and then my materials were $21.06 for the things that sold, not for like everything that I made. I usually just calculate it when I get it sold finally. So my total expenses was about $100. After that, my profit for the 2 days is $63. So it's not a lot for 2 days. Like I said, it was super slow. There was not very much traffic at all. On to the tragic events that unfolded for this craft fair. One of the things that happened was on Saturday morning of my craft fair, I ended up dropping my freaking phone in the toilet after I had already gone to the bathroom. So, and it wasn't anything like super gross. It was just number 1. Don't get too like, yeah, it fell out of my sweatshirt pocket because I guess my sweatshirt pockets just don't like to hold on to anything, and that was so nerve-wracking. I thought my phone was going to die. I pulled it out really quickly. Luckily, there was no problem. It didn't kill the phone or anything, but I did have to sanitize it for like 15 minutes afterwards with like sanitizing wipes. So that was just wonderful. And then another wonderful thing is that, as I mentioned before, I am in Oklahoma. and it is May. So can we guess what that means? Tornado season, yay! It's been storming and raining and on and off for literally the entire month now. And on the second day of the craft fair, the last day, when you have to put everything up, around 3 o'clock, it started pouring like crazy. And this event ended at 4 on Saturday. So we still had an hour left, but it was pouring down. And the ladies who ran the event came on and they were like, so the sirens are going off and we think you're safe here, but if you want to go home, we understand. And so literally everybody was starting to pack up because nobody's gonna come to this craft fair. There's tornado sirens going off in the area. Like, we have an hour left. Nobody's gonna come. But on top of that, tornado sirens are going off. And I'm by myself, guys. Like, I was there alone. I don't have a trolley. I don't have a little wagon. I don't have anything. I was carrying all of my boxes, all of my displays, everything by myself, almost individually, because there's a lot of stuff and I could carry a few boxes at once, but that's pretty much it. So I had to take at least 6 trips most of the time in and out to get everything into the car or out of the car, whether I'm setting up or putting it back. So that was, oh my goodness, you guys. The first time that I got there on Friday, I got to park in the front, literally right next to the big door that opened up so that you could get into the fair. So it was really close. I didn't have to walk that far at all. So the second time I came in on Saturday, go figure, all of that row was filled up. So I had to park on the other row right behind it. This time, when I went outside, there was a lake between me and my car because of the downpour. Like, you guys, and it's not even one of those things where you can like, okay, I'll just go around it a few feet and then we can go through. No, it was literally a lake. It went from one side of the parking lot to the other, and there was no, like, if you wanted to get around it, you were going around. You had to take a big detour in the pouring rain. I was wearing sneakers, but they're like cloth sneakers. I don't know what to call like the material that they're made out of, but basically not waterproof. Oh my goodness. On top of carrying a few boxes of merchandise in and out, my feet were soaked. It was so miserable. I had the worst time. I had never had so much trouble and struggle with a craft fair before in my life, and every turn I took was just like a negative, a sign here that told me that I should not be going to that craft fair. Some of my merchandise got really wet, so I kind of hated that. Luckily, I had my cotton washcloths that never got bought, so I kind of used a few of those to dry off in between and like get my glasses because I couldn't see through them. So that was quite the experience, you guys. But, you know, it's one for the books. After that, though, you can bet I am buying a wagon. I'm not doing that again. That is, no. So that's everything that happened at the craft fair. That is my revenue. That is the craziness that unfolded. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to check out the market prep and everything else that I did beforehand, go ahead and check out this next video, and I will catch you guys there. Bye for now.